Hi, I'm Connie Juan, taking up the degree of Bachelor of Science in Accountancy. My topic for this project under the course GE6108 or Philippine Popular Culture is all about the American regime. This topic focuses on the American occupation in the Philippines. It includes the reforms in the government, educational system, and their influence on the Filipino people. At the end of this topic, you are expected to first know the key persons during the American regime, like General Wesley Merritt, General Elwell Otis, General Arthur MacArthur, and William Howard Taft. Second, to discuss events that led to Philippine independence like military rule, civil government, John's Law of 1916, Hare-Haas-Cutting Act, and Tidings-McDuffie Act. And third, identify the American cultural influence on the Filipinos. Americans aimed to colonize the Philippines because they saw the country as a potential market for American products. The Philippines was also seen by the Americans as a new source of cheap raw materials. They also found out that the Philippines is on a very strategic location to serve as its base to control the entire Pacific and other countries. The American rule in the Philippines started with a military government under General Wesley Merritt on August 14, 1898, then was succeeded by General Elwell Otis on August 29, 1898 to 1900s, and was then succeeded by General Arthur MacArthur on May 5, 1900s to 1901. The Filipinos continued to resist, which made General MacArthur order the deportation of some Filipino politicians and leaders of revolution to Guam for the reason of supporting the guerrilla war. The deported Filipinos were Apolinario Mabini, Pablo Ocampo, Julian Gerona, General Artemio Ricarte, Maximo Hizon, Pio del Pilar, and Mariano Llanera. The military government was composed of the Supreme Court, where 6 members were Filipinos. It organized the provincial and municipal government and conducted the first local election in Baliwag, Bulacan. It also prepared the ground for a civil government and opened Manila and other ports for commerce. On July 4, 1901, the American civil government was established, and William Howard Taft became the Governor-General until December 23 of 1903. The Filipino revolutionists continued to fight for the independence of the Philippines, and their efforts had been slowly granted. It started from the John's Law of 1916, which was the first official and clear response to the call for independence. The Ozarks Mission in December 1931 also ignited the hope. Sergio Osmeña and Manuel Rojas went to the United States and were able to secure a passage of an independence bill, and this was the Hare-Haas-Cutting Act. Manuel L. Quezon went to the United States also to try to secure another bill for independence, and the result was the Tidings-McDuffie Act, which allowed for a 10-year transition under the Philippine Commonwealth in preparing for the granting of freedom. Finally, on July 4 of 1946, the United States granted the Philippine independence. The Americans brought many developments to the Philippines. The Gabaldon Act of 1907 provided the allocations for the construction of public schools in the Philippines. The Thomasites, which are the American soldiers, were the first teachers for the Filipino people during the American regime. The young and intelligent Filipinos were granted government scholarships, thus they were called pensionados, and were sent to the United States to study in big colleges and universities, and some of them became teachers and leaders of the government. The Philippine economy flourished, agriculture increased, there has been abundant chance for free trade with America. There were improvements on transportation and communication, there were better health services, the emancipation of women was strengthened, people exercised the freedom of religion, recreation, movies, and theaters. That's the end of the presentation. Thank you.